Hi, I'm June Sarpong, and I'm super excited to be with you today to talk about the Time to Shine campaign, which is a campaign that I'm supporting alongside AfriKids and the UK government.
Fantastic. So you recently went to Ghana yourself. What did you see when you went there?
Yeah, so I was in Ghana, in the northern part of the country, which is the poorest part of Ghana and where AfriKids is based. And it was wonderful to see firsthand the brilliant work that they're doing to change the lives of thousands of children. And what they do is they work on programs that help take children who are living in abject poverty and help actually get them back into school. Because, these are kids who, for reasons that are no fault of their own, due to coming from real low-income backgrounds or even being orphaned. A lot of the children actually have no family. They are having to work and they're having to trade and they're having to do the jobs of adults. And what AfriKids does is it gets them back into school, but it also helps to provide them with a source of income so that they can actually stay in school. And if their families are still around, helps to get them back with their families and give the families the type of support that they need. They also work with teachers in making sure that the teachers get all the tools that they need to deliver the right levels of education. And then they work with women's cooperatives, empowering women within the local community to set up their own businesses and therefore have that level of independence. And the thing that I like most about it is they don't just educate the children. They then have a pipeline that helps to make sure that these kids that get the kind of opportunity that they need to secure their futures. So these are apprenticeship schemes. These are working with national and local entrepreneurs to help those kids get into work, whether it's helping them get into university, anything that can make sure that this change is actually long-term and sustainable.
Long-term is exactly what I was thinking. Some great long-term plans then for individuals and families, great support. Now, with Ghana being your country of heritage, does that make you feel more strongly towards the charity?
No, not at all. I mean, for me, I think what it does is it means that obviously I understand the place culturally. It means that I understand the lay of the land. So having just gone on this trip, I completely was able to understand straight away what the problems were and how to communicate with people. But the thing with Ghana is everybody speaks English there anyway. So actually you can come from anywhere. As long as you speak English, you can get by in Ghana. So I just think that any type of suffering, regardless of who is on the receiving end of that suffering, if you can do something to help, why wouldn't you? It doesn't matter if they're from the same cultural background as you or not. And so, yeah, that's how I feel about it.
It sounds like a fantastic project. It's going deep inside the thoughts and support for families and kids. Now, for listeners who would like to get involved, how can people get involved?
Yeah, very, very simple. All you need to do is to go to afrikids.org, which is AFRIkids.org. Anything that you give between now and March the 4th, the UK government will double that amount. So if you give us £5, that's the equivalent of £10. And if you're a British citizen, we then also get the gift aid on top of that. And I just want to give you some stats in terms of what the type of amounts, the kind of impact that they can have. So I say £20. £20 allows us to send a teacher on a refresher training session to improve the quality of training and education that they provide our kids. £20 supports 2 children to attend a child's rights club where they can learn about their rights through games with friends. And I actually saw one in action. And when you see these children being empowered to know their value, to know that they matter and that actually their start in life doesn't matter because there are people in the world that see their value and know that they have so much to give and offer. And there are people that are invested in their success. It just changes how those children see themselves and also who they can go on to be in the future.
Fantastic. You gave out the contact details of where we can go to find out more and even indeed fundraise. Just one final question there, June. Which point was it when you decided I want to get involved and I'm going to do this? What was it for you?
Yeah, so AfriKids got in touch with me and said, would I support it? And obviously I read up about what they were doing and also went through the projects to see the kind of long-lasting impact that those projects have had. But I tell you what, nothing drives it home like actually seeing it yourself. This trip, I have to say, has changed my life. And number one, it makes you so appreciative of what you have, because I was just so lucky to have been born in the UK, but I could have been one of those children born in the North, born into abject poverty. And then the other bit as well is it also makes you realize that, my goodness, a little bit can go such a long way. It doesn't take much money to be able to help a child be educated to the level with which they can change not only their lives, but their families' lives and also the lives of people within their community.
Fantastic. June, you're doing a great job, and I'll hope at some stage you come back to give us an update on what's going on.
Yes, I would love to do that. Thank you.
Take care. Have a blessed day.
You too.